The internet just cracked open a family secret that many fans now believe was buried for years, and the fallout is shaking the entire Braxton legacy. Because what's unfolding right now isn't just celebrity drama. It's betrayal. It's heartbreak. And according to explosive leaks circulating online, it's a painful story that may have left Tamar Braxton emotionally shattered after what insiders claim her own mother, Evelyn, allegedly did behind the scenes for years. It started with a clip. A short, resurfaced video that appeared on social media late last night. At first glance it looked like an ordinary throwback moment from the Braxton family's reality TV days. Tamar laughing. Evelyn smiled. A family moment that once seemed harmless. But then fans noticed something strange. The tone of the conversation. The tension in Tamar's voice. The way Evelyn responded. Suddenly that clip didn't look funny anymore. It looked uncomfortable. Almost painful. And once people started digging, the internet opened a floodgate. Old interviews resurfaced. Emotional on-camera arguments from years ago began trending again. Fans began pointing out moments where Tamar looked like she was holding back tears, while everyone else kept smiling for the cameras. Then came the messages. Screenshots allegedly from someone close to Tamar began circulating in private gossip groups. The messages hinted that Tamar had been dealing with emotional strain connected to her relationship with Evelyn for a long time. One message in particular stopped people in their tracks. It wasn't just family disagreements. Tamar felt completely betrayed. And just when the internet thought that was the most shocking part, a leaked voice recording appeared. In it, a trembling voice whispers something that has fans absolutely stunned. "I kept protecting her, even when she kept hurting me." The moment that voice recording started circulating, the entire internet shifted into detective mode. At first it appeared in a small celebrity gossip forum, just a short audio file uploaded by an anonymous account with no profile picture, and a username that looked randomly generated. Normally those posts disappear without anyone noticing. But this one was different. Because the voice inside the recording sounded painfully familiar. Soft. Shaky. On the verge of breaking. And many listeners immediately believed it sounded exactly like Tamar Braxton. The audio begins with silence. Then a deep breath. And then a sentence that instantly sent shockwaves through the Braxton fan community. "I kept defending her. I kept telling people she meant well." The voice cracks. But nobody knows what really happened behind closed doors. That was it. Only 12 seconds long. But those 12 seconds detonated across the internet like a grenade. Within minutes, the clip was reposted on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube reaction channels. Fans slowed the audio down, compared it to old interviews, and debated whether the voice was truly Tamar's. And suddenly, a narrative that had quietly simmered for years came roaring back to life. Because longtime viewers of the Braxton family's reality show remembered something. Moments. Moments that once looked like harmless family drama, but now felt very different. One viral thread showed a compilation of clips where Tamar appeared visibly upset during conversations with her mother Evelyn. In one clip, Tamar laughs nervously while Evelyn speaks sharply to her in front of the cameras. At the time, viewers thought it was just tough love. But now fans are replaying the moment frame by frame. In the clip, Tamar's smile fades for just a split second. Her eyes drop to the floor. And the internet suddenly started asking a chilling question. Was Tamar hiding something deeper the entire time? That question exploded across social media like wildfire. Then things escalated again. Because a Twitter account claiming to be connected to someone in Tamar's professional circle posted a cryptic message that turned curiosity into Full-blown chaos. The tweet read, "People don't realize Tamar protected Evelyn for years." 5 minutes later, the tweet was deleted. But screenshots were already everywhere. Fans began demanding answers. Comment sections filled with speculation about what Tamar might have been protecting her mother from. Financial disagreements. Family conflicts. Something even darker. Nobody knew. But the internet was determined to find out. Then a second leak appeared. And this one was far more explosive. A series of screenshots allegedly taken from a private group chat began circulating among celebrity gossip pages. The messages appeared to show several individuals discussing Tamar's emotional state during a past family gathering. One message read, "She was crying in the bathroom for almost 20 minutes." Another message followed. "Everyone heard Evelyn yelling earlier." The final message was the one that made fans' stomachs drop. This has been going on for years. Within hours, those screenshots were trending everywhere. Some people believed they proved Tamar had been dealing with emotional turmoil connected to her mother for a long time. Others accused gossip pages of fabricating the messages for attention. But the debate only intensified when another shocking development happened. A popular podcast host posted a video claiming they had spoken to someone who worked behind the scenes during the filming of the Braxton family's reality show. According to the host, that insider revealed something viewers never saw on television. There were arguments that producers refused to air, the host said. Real arguments. The video quickly went viral. And the story didn't stop there. Because the host then described a moment that allegedly happened during filming one evening when cameras were supposed to be turned off. According to the insider, Tamar and Evelyn had a heated confrontation that left everyone in the room stunned. Voices were raised. Accusations were thrown. And at one point, Tamar allegedly shouted something that still echoes in the memories of the people who witnessed it. "You've been doing this to me my whole life." The podcast clip exploded across social media within hours. Fans immediately began debating what Tamar might have meant by that statement. Was she referring to criticism, control, emotional pressure, or something far more complicated? The theories spiraled. Then another twist dropped. Because while the internet was busy dissecting old reality TV moments, Tamar herself posted something that many fans interpreted as a silent cry for help. It was just a single Instagram story. Black background. White text. 3 words. "I remember everything." No explanation. No context. Just that sentence. And it vanished after 15 minutes. But not before thousands of people captured screenshots. The post sent the internet into absolute meltdown. Some fans interpreted it as confirmation that Tamar had been holding on to painful memories for years. Others believed it was simply a cryptic message unrelated to the growing controversy. But the timing made it impossible to ignore. Because only hours after that Instagram story appeared, another leak surfaced. And this one made the entire situation even more intense. A video clip. The footage appeared to be filmed backstage at an event several years ago. The camera was shaky, like someone recording secretly from across the room. In the clip, Tamar can be seen standing near a doorway, clearly upset. Her voice is raised. "You don't get to treat me like that anymore." A second voice responds from off-camera. Many viewers believe the voice belongs to Evelyn. The response is sharp. "Watch your tone." The room falls silent. Then Tamar says something that has now been replayed millions of times online. "You've been breaking me down for years." The video cuts off abruptly. No resolution. No context. Just raw emotion frozen in time. By the time the clip finished spreading across social media, hashtags about Tamar and Evelyn were trending worldwide. Fans were divided. Some defended Evelyn fiercely, insisting family arguments can look worse out of context. Others said the video felt like a glimpse into a deeper conflict that had been hidden behind smiles and television edits for years. And just when it seemed like the drama had reached its peak, another bombshell dropped. Late that night, a new anonymous account posted something that instantly reignited the firestorm. The post contained a single sentence: "Wait until the phone recordings come out." The internet froze. Phone recordings. Suddenly people began asking the same question. What conversations were recorded? And what exactly might they reveal about what Tamar claims she endured for years? Because if those recordings are real, they might expose a truth that could change the way fans see the entire Braxton family forever. The moment the words "phone recordings" started circulating online, the atmosphere around the story shifted from curiosity to full-blown digital panic. Because rumors are one thing, but recordings mean receipts. And suddenly the internet began bracing for something explosive. Within hours, gossip accounts began claiming that someone close to Tamar had access to years of saved voice messages, heated calls, and private conversations that allegedly captured moments of tension between Tamar and Evelyn that fans had never heard before. Nobody knew if the claims were real. But the idea alone was enough to ignite social media. TikTok detectives began combing through Tamar's old interviews looking for clues that she had been documenting her family struggles privately. Twitter threads exploded with fans debating whether Tamar had been quietly collecting proof all along. Then another anonymous leak appeared. This time it wasn't a recording. It was a text message screenshot. The screenshot allegedly came from someone inside Tamar's inner circle, and showed a short conversation that immediately made people gasp. One message read, "She saved everything." The reply came seconds later. "You mean the calls with Evelyn?" And then the final line. "Yes. Years of them." The internet erupted. Because if Tamar truly had years of recordings, it meant the situation might not just be about emotional pain. It might be about a long trail of evidence waiting to explode into public view. Fans immediately began asking the same terrifying question. Why would Tamar record her own mother for years? The theories flooded the internet. Some believed Tamar had been protecting herself. Others wondered if someone close to her had advised her to start documenting the conflicts. But then another twist appeared that sent the entire story spinning again. A celebrity blogger posted a cryptic message claiming they had spoken to someone who had actually heard one of the recordings. The post read, "What Tamar captured on that phone will break people's hearts." Within minutes, the tweet had been shared thousands of times. Comment sections filled with speculation about what might be inside those recordings. Shouting. Accusations. Years of family wounds finally spilling into the open. But before anyone could get answers, something unexpected happened. A clip resurfaced from an old interview Tamar did years ago, an interview that suddenly feels eerily prophetic now. In the clip, Tamar is smiling while answering questions about family life. But at one point, the interviewer asks her a question that makes the entire room pause. "Do you ever feel misunderstood by your own family?" Tamar laughs at first. But the laugh fades quickly. Then she says something that viewers are now replaying over and over. "Sometimes the people who say they love you the most are the ones who hurt you the deepest." At the time, fans assumed she was speaking generally. Now that clip is being dissected like a piece of hidden evidence. Because the look on Tamar's face in that moment suddenly feels very real. Very heavy. Very personal. And the timing of that resurfaced interview only made things more intense when another shocking development dropped. A short video appeared on Instagram from someone who claimed to have been present during a private family gathering years ago. The person didn't show their face, but their story instantly set social media on fire. According to them, one of the most explosive arguments between Tamar and Evelyn happened late at night during a family dinner that was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, voices started rising. Accusations were thrown. And at one point, Tamar allegedly stormed out of the house in tears. The anonymous speaker claimed they heard Tamar shout something that still haunts them. "I'm tired of pretending you didn't hurt me." The video quickly went viral. But the real chaos began when fans noticed something else happening at the same time. Other celebrities were suddenly reacting. One singer tweeted a vague message that many people believe was directed at the situation. "Sometimes mothers and daughters carry wounds nobody else sees." Another celebrity posted a cryptic Instagram story that simply read, "Protect your peace." Fans immediately started speculating that people inside the entertainment industry might know more about Tamar's struggles than the public ever realized. And then the story took another explosive turn. Because suddenly, Evelyn posted. The message appeared on her social media late in the evening and immediately drew massive attention. It wasn't long, but it was powerful. Family matters are complicated. And sometimes the truth gets twisted by outsiders who don't understand the full story. The internet froze. Was this a response to the growing controversy? Or just a coincidence? Nobody knew. But the timing was impossible to ignore. Because within minutes of Evelyn's post going live, a brand new audio file appeared online. This one was longer. Almost 30 seconds. And according to the anonymous account that uploaded it, the recording was allegedly taken during a heated phone call years ago. The clip begins with a tense exchange. A woman's voice, believed by many listeners to be Tamar, sounds emotional. "You always do this. You always make me feel like I'm the problem." Another voice responds sharply. Some listeners claim the voice sounds like Evelyn. The reply cuts through the silence. "Maybe if you listened for once, things wouldn't end this way." Then Tamar's voice rises. "You don't get to rewrite what you've done to me." The recording cuts off suddenly. No explanation. No resolution. Just a fragment of a conversation that instantly sent the internet into another meltdown. Fans argued fiercely over whether the recording was authentic. Some said the voices sounded unmistakable. Others warned that audio clips can easily be manipulated. But regardless of authenticity, the emotional intensity of the recording reignited the debate surrounding Tamar and Evelyn's relationship. Comment sections turned into battle zones. Some viewers defended Evelyn, saying family arguments can be messy but don't always mean something deeper. Others insisted the pain in Tamar's voice sounded too real to ignore. And just when the online chaos seemed to reach its peak, another rumor began spreading like wildfire. Several gossip accounts claimed that Tamar had recently confronted Evelyn again, privately, after these leaks started surfacing. According to those claims, the confrontation became so intense that someone inside the room secretly recorded the exchange. If that recording exists, it could reveal exactly what Tamar believes Evelyn did to her for all those years. And according to one anonymous insider, that recording might be the most devastating one yet. The rumor about a brand new recording didn't just ripple across the internet. It detonated. Because by this point, the story had already turned into a digital war zone. Fans were divided, timelines were burning, and every single new leak felt like another match thrown onto a pile of gasoline. But this time the rumor felt different. This wasn't an old clip from years ago. This wasn't a resurfaced interview or a vague screenshot. This was supposedly something recent. Something raw. Something recorded after the chaos had already begun. And according to multiple gossip pages, the alleged recording captured a private confrontation between Tamar Braxton and Evelyn that had reached a breaking point. The first hint appeared in a cryptic tweet from a celebrity blogger known for dropping insider tea before major stories explode. The tweet was short. 3 sentences. I just heard the confrontation audio. Tamar is crying. Evelyn sounds furious. If this leaks, the internet will lose its mind. Within minutes, the tweet had been shared thousands of times. Fans immediately began begging for the recording to be released. Others warned that leaking private family conversations would cross a dangerous line. But the internet thrives on chaos, and speculation only grew louder. Then something strange happened. Several entertainment reporters began posting messages hinting that the situation behind the scenes was getting extremely tense. One reporter wrote, "People close to Tamar say she feels completely emotionally drained right now." Another posted, "This family situation is way deeper than what's trending online." The posts fueled another explosion of debate. Because suddenly it wasn't just gossip pages talking anymore. It was people inside the entertainment world. And that's when the social media firestorm reached a completely new level. Fans of Tamar began rallying around her online, flooding timelines with messages of support. Hashtags like #ProtectTamar and #LetTamarHeal started trending. At the same time, supporters of Evelyn began pushing back hard, arguing that the entire narrative was being twisted by internet speculation. One viral tweet read, "People are judging a mother based on edited clips and anonymous leaks." The comment section turned into a battlefield. Arguments erupted everywhere. But then a moment happened that made everything even more emotional. A short live stream clip surfaced, showing Tamar during what appeared to be a recent event appearance. At first everything seemed normal. She was smiling politely, answering questions, interacting with fans. But halfway through the clip, someone in the crowd shouted something that instantly changed the atmosphere. "Are you okay with your mom?" The room went quiet. Tamar's expression froze. For a few seconds, she didn't speak. Then her eyes filled with tears. The moment lasted barely 10 seconds, before security quickly moved the person who shouted the question. But the damage was done. The clip spread across social media like wildfire. Millions of viewers watched Tamar struggle to hold back emotion in front of a crowd. Some fans said the moment broke their hearts. Others said it showed how deeply the situation had affected her. But the real shock came hours later. Because Tamar finally posted. Not a vague message. Not a cryptic quote. A full statement. And every single word felt like it carried the weight of years. The post appeared late at night. The first line alone stopped people in their tracks. "I never wanted my family pain to become entertainment." The internet froze. Fans read every sentence carefully. Tamar continued. "For years I protected people I loved, even when the relationship hurt me deeply." The comment section exploded instantly. Because many readers believed she was directly addressing the controversy surrounding Evelyn. But Tamar didn't mention her mother by name. Instead, she wrote something even more emotional. "Some wounds come from the people closest to you. Healing from that takes time." Millions of people shared the post within minutes. Support poured in from fans, celebrities, and fellow artists who understood the pain of public family conflicts. But then something happened that nobody expected. Evelyn responded. The reply appeared just 2 hours later. And it immediately ignited another wave of debate. Her message was calm, but the tone was firm. I love my daughter deeply. But not everything people believe online is the truth. That single sentence reopened the floodgates. Now the internet was split even more dramatically than before. Some people believed Tamar's message confirmed years of emotional struggle. Others believed Evelyn was trying to defend herself against a narrative spiraling out of control. But then came the twist that nobody saw coming. Because while fans were still arguing over the statements, another leak appeared. This time it wasn't audio. It wasn't a screenshot. It was a short video clip. The footage appeared to show Tamar and Evelyn leaving the same building together earlier that week. The camera zooms in as they walk toward separate cars. They aren't yelling. They aren't arguing. But the tension between them is unmistakable. Then, just before Tamar gets into her car, she turns toward Evelyn and says something that the microphone barely captures. But after viewers enhanced the audio, millions of people believe they heard the words clearly. I'm done carrying this alone. Evelyn doesn't respond. She simply stands there, watching Tamar drive away. The clip ends. And the silence in that moment might be the loudest thing about this entire story. Because nobody truly knows what happened behind closed doors for all those years. Nobody knows exactly what Tamar believes Evelyn did that left her feeling shattered. And maybe the truth is far more complicated than the internet's theories. But one thing is undeniable. The emotional storm surrounding Tamar Braxton and Evelyn has forced millions of people to confront a painful reality about family relationships. Sometimes the deepest wounds aren't visible to the public. Sometimes they hide behind smiles, television cameras, and years of silence. And now that the silence has finally cracked, the world is watching to see what happens next. And now the question hanging over this entire story is impossible to ignore. What really happened between Tamar Braxton and Evelyn behind closed doors for all those years? Was it simply a complicated mother-daughter relationship that the internet has blown out of proportion? Or are the resurfaced clips, emotional posts, and alleged recordings just the beginning of a much deeper truth that hasn't fully come out yet? Because if there's one thing we've learned from celebrity stories like this, it's that the biggest revelations rarely arrive first. They come later, when people finally feel ready to speak, when new clips surface, when someone decides the silence has lasted long enough. And right now, it feels like this story is still unfolding. New reactions are appearing every hour. Fans are dissecting every post, every interview, every emotional moment. And if another recording, message, or behind-the-scenes account suddenly surfaces, it could completely change how everyone understands this situation. So if you've been following this drama and you want to stay ahead of the next bombshell, make sure you hit like right now. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from over, and your opinion might be the one that sparks the next big debate. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on